chemical analysis, flame test, precipitation test. Flame test. Please remember, when you dip solution which contain calcium, you put under the Bunsen burner will give you the red flame. If it contains copper ion, it gives you a blue-green flame. If it contains barium, flame test will give you a pale green flame. Now revise E11 solubility rule. Ammonium, very soluble. Sodium, potassium, very soluble. Calcium, barium, 2+, medium soluble. Ag, Pb, very insoluble. Nitrate, very soluble. Chloride, very soluble. Sulfate, medium. Carbonate, phosphate, not soluble. Please remember. Now, year 12, you need to have certain precipitation. This precipitation gives a special characteristic. Student, you require to know it all well. Let's start. AgCl. This type of precipitation, when in the beginning is white, but you leave it under the sun, soon it will turn darkening. So it will be darkening by the sun. AgCl, darkening by the light. AgPO4, Ag3PO4, yellow. This gives you a dull yellow color. PbI2, it gives you a bright fluorescent yellow. PbI2, bright fluorescent yellow. Barium sulfate, it gives you the white, but this white precipitation are very fine. If you push it through filter paper, you'll find that it can seep through the filter paper because these precipitation are very, very fine. They finer than the filter paper hole. Iron, Fe2+, a green color. So if you watch Titanic, you see under the sea there is a green rust. Fe2+ are green. Fe3+ are brown. That's on the land you see the rust. Fe3+ are brown. Copper. Copper solution always blue. If you remember metal displacement sink to displace copper solution, the copper solution always blue. Carbonate. If it contains carbonate in the solution, you put acid to it, it will form carbon dioxide gas. As to the equation we learned in acid topic, acid with carbonate form carbon dioxide and water. Remember. Student, you require to learn this well. Student, please learn it thoroughly, remember it clearly. Then we do the next exercise. How you going to test this positive ion? What is the characteristic? Soluble. Calcium. How did you identify? Calcium sulfate will precipitate because calcium not very soluble, can precipitate with sulfate, form white precipitation. You can confirm with a flame test. It will be turning red. Barium. How did you test barium with? Fine white precipitation, remember? Any confirmed test? Flame test? Give you a green flame. Copper, how did you test with? Copper, always blue precipitation. Flame, green. Fe2 plus, green. Fe3 plus, brown. What did you test with? PbI2, bright yellow, fluorescent yellow. Ag test with AgCl, darkening in light. Ni. NO3, what's special? Very soluble. How to test chloride? AgCl, darkening in light. How to test carbonate? Put into acid, it will bubbling gas. How to test sulfate? Barium sulfate, precipitate, white. Phosphate. Ag3PO4, dull yellow. All the cation, positive ion, metal ion, all can test it with the AAS. So that the AAS purpose is not for identifying, but once you've done the precipitation test, now you can quantify to see how much the ppm concentration of this ion contain. Now we're going to learn about testing. We first test with the positive ion. In this solution, it contains Ag, Pb, calcium, barium, copper, or iron, Fe2 and Fe3+. And we want to find out what sort of positive ion contained in the solution. First, I put a soluble chloride. What will you expect in case if something precipitate, like something precipitate? What does that mean? AgCl, PbCl2, they both have white precipitation. The other won't. So if it's precipitate, you need to see are they AgCl or PbCl. So if you put a Ki, PbI2 yellow, then you can identify if they are Pb or Ag. Now we turn to the solution. Now, if this solution still soluble with this testing, it indicates they can't be Ag or Pb. So now you have two less to consider. Now this solution, what I'm going to test it with? I'm going to put a soluble sulfate. Would I precipitate something? If it is a barium sulfate or calcium sulfate, they both will show precipitation. And I can test it to confirm are they barium or are they calcium by flame test. What should be the result? Calcium will give red. Barium will give green. The solution after this test, in case if they still soluble, that means they are not calcium and barium. So you only have 3 more to consider. If I put a soluble OH, if it contains copper or iron, what will they show? Copper will be blue. Iron will be Fe2 plus green. Fe3 plus brown. Now let's do the negative ion test. We're going to identify, are they carbonate, sulfate, phosphate, chloride, or nitrate? I put a soluble H plus ion. A soluble H plus ion. If it contains carbonate, would it show any different? It will bubbling gas. If it contains carbonate, it will bubbling. Then you can further confirm with lime water, calcium oxide. It will turn back milky. The solution, if they still soluble, what does that mean? Means they are, at least they are not carbonate. So you will consider, if I put a barium in, a soluble barium, what will happen? Barium sulfate will precipitate. It will form white precipitation. The solution, if after you put barium in, they still soluble, means they can't be sulfate and can't be carbonate. What else can it be? So you must have phosphate, chloride, or nitrate. I'm going to put a Ag soluble, a soluble Ag. Would I precipitate something? If it is a Ag3PO4, it's going to be yellow, a dull yellow. If it is a AgCl, this white precipitate will darkening in the light. If they still soluble after this test, you know this is going to be nitrate, because nitrate are the most soluble. Student, you may not be able to memorize the sequence of the step. Here I help you. Hi, baby Agnes Cloche. Hi, baby Agnes Cloche.